Hi Taurus, welcome and thank you for tuning into my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. You are watching a general love reading for the sign of Taurus for this upcoming week in June. Today is Friday, June 12th, 2020. I want to remind all of you that because this is a general reading, it can pertain to anything, relationships, but it can also apply to situations and or circumstances surrounding family, home, work, social circles. Basically, if you can think of it, it might apply in this reading. Be flexible with the energy. You may feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. Parts of the reading may resonate, other parts may not. Take what does and leave behind what doesn't, and hopefully by the end you feel like you have something worthwhile, something that was beneficial to you, something that was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Since that is my intention, Taurus, if you are a brand new viewer, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. There is more specific information in the description box. And returning viewers, welcome back. Thank you for your support. We're going to get started. I'm going to give this deck one more shuffle, and then we're going to see what's going on for Taurus for this upcoming week. Here we go. We're going to start off with the Queen of Wands in reverse, paired with the Three of Swords, Page of Swords in reverse, Page of Cups, the Sun in reverse, Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Moon, and the Fool. So we have a Queen of Wands on the table. This could be your energy, Taurus, or somebody that you're dealing with. You decide if this reading does end up resonating. You will know if this is you or not. This Queen of Wands in reverse is dealing with some significant heartbreak right now. Obviously, it does feel like it has to do with a connection or relationship. There's a lack of clarity. Could be that this queen is not sure whether or not to let go of this relationship, disconnect. I feel like there is some unknowns, not feeling very clear regarding possibly a new beginning or taking a chance on a new start, maybe to reconnect or reconcile, but there's definitely some heartbreak surrounding a connection. It could be that there is a lack of communication or miscommunication with regard to this connection, but this queen is feeling heartbroken nonetheless, whatever the case may be. We'll find out more with more cards out here. But the Queen of Wands in reverse is dwelling in some shadow energy right now. In the reverse, this can be somebody who is jealous or envious. This could be a third-party situation, of course, with the Three of Swords coming out here. This is somebody who needs to have her way, somebody who can be very disagreeable, difficult to be around, difficult to communicate with. Again, this is somebody who doesn't see other people's perspectives. She talks the talk, but she doesn't walk the walk. So she has high expectations for others and those around her, but she doesn't necessarily meet those same expectations herself. Her energy could be the reason behind some heartbreak that she is experiencing. It could be that her demands on a relationship weren't met, and so again, there's some grief or a certain level of lack of clarity with regard to a connection. Maybe some communication didn't go so well. And it's just unclear what the next steps forward will be. Maybe she's wondering if there's going to be some kind of reconciliation, or if she's going to have to move on her way and carry on without this connection or without the clarity regarding this connection. There could have been some lies involved with the Page of Swords out here. Somebody who's not being totally honest or truthful. This can also indicate immature energy with respect to communication. Could be lack of communication as well, especially with the Sun in reverse, the Moon out here. Let's give the second deck one more shuffle, Taurus, and we'll see what else we get for you. So clarifying this Queen, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Cups. Hermit in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this Queen of Wands is giving up or throwing in the towel with regard to, it feels like she's walking away from a connection. It could be because there's a certain level of confusion, or maybe she's questioning the loyalty within the connection or the strength of the connection. But she's definitely confused. She's trying to figure out her options. It might be that because she didn't get her way, or she hasn't been able to get her way, she's going to throw in the towel, give up, stop defending this connection. It feels like she's walking away from more than just a connection. This could be one person or multiple people. We have the Four of Wands out here. It looks like she could be giving up a Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands can be something that indicates a long-term endeavor, goal, something that you've been building or working on or creating with other people. Could indicate marriage, can indicate home, that kind of thing. And it feels like this could be something, again, that she's releasing or letting go into the universe. But there's also this lack of clarity on maybe whether or not this is the right move. Should I give this up or not? Should I walk away from this or not? Page of Pentacles in reverse can indicate somebody who's giving up, feeling like something's too hard. I can't do this. I don't have the skill set, or just has lost the motivation or passion for something that they're working on. So it's possible, again, this could be with regard to a connection, multiple connections, or actually could also be connected to something else that's being created, worked on, some kind of collaborative effort with other people. But the relationship or relationships are the reason why this Queen would be letting this go, or why it would be getting away from her. This opportunity could be that there's this new beginning available to her, but the connections or the relationships within this endeavor that she's pursuing are breaking apart. And so it could be that she's getting ready to launch out on her own. Nine of Pentacles. Maybe she's decided to go separate ways and launch out on her own because she's just unsure. And with this lack of clarity, she either needs to be patient and see where this goes, or see if she can't repair or resolve issues within these different connections. Again, it could be multiple connections, it could be one. Or she has to branch out on her own, do her own thing, because maybe, again, she's just not willing to compromise. Other people aren't seeing things her way, and that just might mean that she needs to do her own thing. But I think that this level of, or this lack of clarity could be what's kind of holding her back, at least at this point in time. She might be waiting to make a decision until she has more clarity. I think she feels like she's been deceived by another person or more than one person. She may have realized that there was a certain level of deception, or maybe someone or multiple connections were not being forthright with her. I just feel it's possible that she wasn't meeting eye to eye with somebody, and it doesn't look like, if she's not willing to compromise, Queen of Wands is not willing to compromise, Taurus. So again, if this is you, and I don't know your situation, but if you're not willing to compromise, it makes it difficult to collaborate or work with other people. And so if you have a certain mindset or wanting to move in a certain direction, or feeling confident about your direction, what you want, where you want to go, then perhaps it is a good idea to branch off on your own and do your own thing, separate from others. Nine of Pentacles can indicate a single energy, somebody who's confident, somebody who is working hard, maintaining a certain level of contentment within their own life, for themselves, by themselves. Let's get this next set of cards out here. Let me give this one more shuffle. See what else we get for Taurus. Four of Pentacles again in reverse, clarifying this Queen's energy. This is, I mean, she's definitely releasing or letting something go. It feels like there could have been a decision made, but at the same time, there's still this lack of clarity. So maybe she'll change her mind, but right now she's releasing something, letting it go, because it's not going her way. Again, this could be a connection or something else, a goal or endeavor or creative process, whatever this looks like for you, Taurus. She's releasing it. Five of Cups in reverse. Ten of Wands in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. Ten of Swords. The Hangman. Seven of Wands in reverse again. And then we have the Page of Swords, this time in the upright. So this Nine of Pentacles energy, it definitely feels like it could potentially be somebody else who has communicated to this Queen that they are branching off and going off on their own. It could be that. It could be either way. It could be that this Queen has communicated this, or somebody that she's dealing with has communicated that they're going to take their chances and go off on their own. It could be that there is a certain lack of clarity with regard to why this connection is being let go of or given up on. It could be that this is something that's been going on for quite a while, that there is uncertainty surrounding a connection, and so some time has been spent and some energy has been spent in trying to clear this up or gain some clarity. But I think that this Queen of Wands, at the very least, has come to a conclusion that she has one choice right now, and that's to at least give this up, this Four of Wands. Again, this could be a long-term goal, but it feels like she was maybe creating or building something with other people or another person. And this has ended. Or again, if it's ended, there's still this uncertainty surrounding whether or not this has been given up altogether. Maybe there's a chance to come back to this at a later date, maybe once everybody's on the same page, possibly. But at least at this point in time, whatever this connection is lost. At least at this point in time, this Queen of Wands is letting this go. And she may also be letting go of the idea that she needs to provide clarity or she needs to communicate in order to make clear what her intentions are. It's possible that she's like, well, you know, it's obvious that this is out of my hands. I'm not going to pursue this anymore, and so I also don't need to provide clarity to the person or the persons involved in the situation because I've already let this go. I've already made it clear that I'm giving up. If I can't have things the way I need them to be, then I'm walking away from this. Again, Taurus, this Queen of Wands right now is the only energy on the table, so I'm inclined to say this is you. But again, if you're not resonating as this Queen of Wands, you could be somebody who's dealing with somebody who's going through this right now. But the Queen of Wands is the only energy on the table. She's dealing with a lot of confusion, grief, heartache. And again, I'm just going to throw this out there. It could be because of third-party situation. And again, third party doesn't necessarily mean that this is a romantic, intimate connection where somebody cheated on somebody else. This could just indicate that there are other people involved that are affecting the situation. And part of the reason, at least, why this Queen is deciding to let this go, release this Four of Wands. It feels like there's been a lack of clarity for a long time. It feels like there's been a lack of an ability to communicate clearly or, again, see eye to eye. It really feels like there is this resistance to seeing another person's perspective. Either that could be in the form of willingness to see somebody else's perspective or blatant refusal to see another person's perspective. And that's what I'm getting from this Queen of Wands, that she's just refusing to see another point of view. There is lack of compromise. I'm surprised the Two of Swords is not out here. It might still come out. There's a lack of compromise when it comes to this Queen of Wands. Now, here's the other thing. I want to go ahead and throw this out there. There is nothing wrong with knowing how you want things to be and feeling confident in where you want to go, what direction you want to take, your opinions, and your perspective. Having a very clear, concise idea of what it is that you want out of your life, out of your, your effort that you put forth into whatever this is for you, whether it's a job, creative endeavor, whatever it is. There's nothing wrong with feeling very strong in your convictions. However, if you're working with other people, and I feel like this Queen of Wands is, there is something wrong with being so adamant and hell-bent on having your way that you refuse to compromise. And so if you're in that position where you're working with other people and you have that attitude like it's my way or the highway, it's probably going to be the highway for you because, or for that other person, they're probably going to be like, well, the highway looks pretty good right now because if we can't compromise, then yeah, I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna go hit the highway then. It just makes sense, right? Let's get some more cards out here, Taurus. So there's the Queen, or not the Queen, the Nine of Pentacles, which of course came out already, and this is clarifying the Seven of Wands, which is also down here, so the Seven of Wands twice. So I do feel like it could be this Queen's choice that she is embarking off on her own. Four of Wands again in reverse. But this also means if she's going to throw in the towel and go off on her own, then she's also giving this up, which I feel is something that maybe she has been pursuing for a period of time, put a lot of energy and effort into it, and so it might be something that's significantly challenging to give up and heartbreaking. If this is a long-term goal or long-term endeavor, if she's walking away from a relationship and going off on her own, then she also has to walk away from something that's a collective effort, something that many were pursuing, not just her. Four of Swords in reverse. Five of Cups, clarifying this Ace of Wands. There's a significant level of grief with letting this go, and this is tied to this Page of Cups, so there is a connection here that she is grieving. It feels like a specific person that she's also walking away from, that she's grieving, disconnecting from, leaving behind. And this is the thing that I think is more painful to her than the Four of Wands, because the Four of Wands feels like a separate endeavor that's tied to a person that she's walking away from. Ace of Swords in reverse. Nine of Swords. Emperor in reverse. And the Ace of Pentacles. So she's having to walk away or let go of a significant connection. Again, this could be a romantic or intimate connection. It's possible that this connection itself is the reason behind walking away from this Four of Wands. If she's lost a specific connection to, or is no longer pursuing a certain relationship that maybe was tied to this Four of Wands, that could be the reason behind letting this go. But both situations are causing her a significant amount of grief. Now, the grief, sadness, and despair, disappointment, whatever this looks like to you, Three of Swords, Five of Cups, there's a lot of grief here. It does not feel good. Is tied to the connection, but then there's anxiety over the fact that she's also walking away from this. So it feels like the two go hand in hand. If she gives up one, she has to give up the other. She may not know what to do now that she realized she's having to give this up. Maybe giving this up is leaving her with a sense of having quit something that maybe she didn't want to quit. But she's unsure about now what to do now that this is lost. There's confusion surrounding what to do now that this Four of Wands is also gone. I mean, this looks promising, but I don't think that she has grasped a hold yet of what this could mean. I think this is a potential outcome, grasping a hold of a brand new opportunity on her own, taking a chance on her own. And I think that even communicating that would be beneficial to her, because that then the intentions are more concrete, not concrete necessarily, but the intentions are stronger if you're speaking the words, if you are not just thinking about it, but speaking the words. And I think that there is still an uncertainty surrounding this new beginning. If she pursues this, is it a possibility for her? Well, it's a possibility for her if she sets her intentions and she moves towards that, but she's got to probably work through this grief first. probably get past this uncertainty and feeling upset over the loss of this connection and this Four of Wands, whatever this is for her. So let's get this last round out, Taurus. See if we can't get anything else for you, and then we're going to wrap this up. We've got Temperance, the World in reverse, Seven of Pentacles again, Judgment in reverse, Ten of Wands again, but this time in the upright position, Two of Wands, Knight of Cups again, this time in the upright position, and then we have the Moon in reverse with the same set of cards with the Moon. So I think this Queen is questioning the fact that if I let this go, if I walk away from not just this connection, but this Four of Wands, if I release it out into the universe and I say, you know what, I can't pursue this anymore because it's not matching with my expectations and my desires, my wants. First of all, this person has spirit on their side. This person's angels are watching over this individual. I think that if this person looked inward and asked for some clarity and some support, they would definitely, I'm going to say they, because again, I don't know if this is you, Taurus, or somebody that you're dealing with, but this person would definitely receive some support from the spirit world if they asked for it. And I think that the universe is probably telling this person it's time to give up and go on your merry way. Do what you want to do because you have it in your head of how you want this to go, where you want this to go, what direction you want to go. So go for it. And I think that Spirit is supporting this Queen of Wands and saying this is what you want to pursue and how you want to pursue it, so make it happen for yourself. But that also means that you've got to let go of this connection. And this is what's holding this Queen back and making her feel a little bit uncertain because she thinks this might be a bad decision to release this connection. Because if she does make it clear, if she speaks the words and makes it clear to others, specifically this person, that she is striking out on her own, taking the opportunity to move towards what she wants, then she could also potentially be releasing this connection for good. And this Four of Wands. Because this Four of Wands is definitely connected to this person. But there is miscommunication, lack of communication, inability to see eye to eye. And this has been going on for a long time with whoever this is for this Queen of Wands. She might be considering the fact that if I let this go and if they were meant to be, with time, even if I'm out on my own, I don't have control of the situation, but if this connection was meant to be, it will come back to me. She just doesn't know. If she lets this go and releases it completely, will it? So the outcome is unknown. if this connection feels very important to this Queen of Wands to me. And I think that she feels like she needs to branch off out onto her own, because again, she has certain expectations that at least right now cannot be met by others or another person. If this is a single person, I have a feeling that it's both. I have a feeling that there are that she is or was creating or building something with other people, but there was a significant other within that group dynamic. One person in particular that she's not getting along with, or is not connecting with, or not communicating well with, or not seeing eye to eye with. And that's what's causing her to release this. Because maybe if this person wasn't involved, or wasn't in the mix, that she could hang on to this Four of Wands. But I think the two go hand in hand. So, Taurus, we're going to get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card, and then we're going to wrap this up. I'm very proud of myself because my Aries reading, well, it was a little over 30 minutes, but it did not get into the 40-50 minute range, which is where I've been with my readings. The messages have been pretty clear and pretty to the point, and this one, just like the other, allowing me to kind of keep them a little bit shorter than I have been. So we've got the Three of Earth, which is the Three of Pentacles. And this is about collaboration, building, creating, nurturing. This could be about maybe establishing some new connections to build something brand new. Again, this Queen of Wands, if she is striking out on her own, it's possible that there will be someone new or some other people, new connections coming her way that she can collaborate with because they do see her perspective. They can meet her in the middle because their goals and desires and wants match hers. And so again, this could be just that situation where there's this mismatch, disconnect, and it's time to move on and find, the people who can meet your level of expectations and match what you want. They want the same thing. And there's nothing wrong with finding people who it makes sense to work with because they match who you are. Okay, so we're going to read this. It's about a half a page, Taurus, and then we're going to call it a day. Here we go. The Three of Earth represents a time of preparation. It is time to sow the seeds born of thought, need, and desire in fertile soil and do what is required in order to make those seeds grow. It is a time for you to do the necessary groundwork. Remember, the outcome can only be equal to the investment you are willing to make in the here and now. The Three of Earth can also symbolize a time of sacrifice in the weeks and months ahead. There may be choices offered that appear as limitations or restrictions. While these choices might bring about feelings of reluctance, frustration, and annoyance, put them aside and focus on what the end result will bring. The future may also offer moments of adversity and hardship that make you want to give up. If you find your resolve challenged over the weeks and months ahead, know that all you hoped to achieve is dependent upon your willingness to make a commitment now and then honor that commitment to the end. Do so knowing that it will be noticed and respected. It may even increase the opportunities that come your way. Whether it be further education, new work responsibilities, saving for a new home, or building a business, now is the time to look for realistic, grounded options and to then get in touch with those who have the knowledge and information you require in order to determine if your objectives can be achieved and the best course of action for you to take. The Three of Earth asks, what are you willing to do now in order to achieve the outcome you desire? So again, this is about making some positive decisions for yourself, Taurus, if you're this Queen of Wands. I don't think that there's anything wrong with deciding to go your own way and seek out people who can help you make your dreams come true the way you want them to come true. So you're dealing with some grief right now. I get that. This feels hard. But if you have to walk away from connections or an endeavor that just doesn't match what you were hoping for, then there's nothing wrong with changing your mind and changing your direction and choosing a different path, which I feel is challenging and difficult, especially if you put a certain level of time, effort, and energy into this already. Walking away from something like that is very hard and very difficult. I get that. But the cards are indicating that it might be time to go ahead and put a period at the end of the sentence and strike out on your own and make things happen for yourself the way you want them to happen. Okay, Taurus, so I hope this reading was helpful. I hope that it resonated for you. I appreciate you joining me and watching. Thank you so much. If it did resonate, please like, share, subscribe. If you care to leave a comment, that's always great too. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time, Taurus. Bye.